But you know what? I can't put him in the All-Star game over these guys, but I think the NBA is going to do it for me anyway, so we don't have to worry about it. And from the beautiful campus of St. Bonaventure University, Above the Rim is back with Austin Townley and James and Derek. Tonight, we are going over the All-Stars, the trade deadline, and a little game at the end here. You are listening to Above the Rim on WSBU 88.3 FM, The Buzz, and Afterthought Sports. We have another episode for you guys. Sorry for the little delay. It's been a little snowy. We were supposed to get out on Sunday night. That never happened. Apologies, people. But nonetheless, we are back, and we are excited and amped up for this episode as we are going into a crazy trade deadline approaching us. So, to kick this off, James, first off, how are you? How's your week been?
How's my week been? Well, the high temperature at St. Bonaventure has I think it got up to like 12 at some point this week. You know, it stays steady in the negatives. You know, wind chill.
Oh,
Don't even get me started on the wind chill, man. And I can't even park close to my building. Been living at my friend's townhouse where we used to do field goals and forecasts.
It's true.
Me and Ryan Adio. But otherwise, considering the weather, I'm doing well, actually. Doing well.
Awesome.
What about you, Austin? Huh?
Oh, it's been a good first week back at classes. Getting into the gist of everything, learning my schedule, as well as your guys' schedule, to be honest, for meetings and everything like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn your schedule at the same time.
Yeah, it works out for majority of the time, but scheduling meetings and everything like that does become tricky with everybody else involved.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been watching a lot of basketball, especially being back on school. I have a little bit more, time where I can kick back, do my homework, watch some hoops. That's what I've been doing. And one game specifically that I watched the last week when we got back from school would be the infamous Milwaukee Bucks Oklahoma City Thunder game, where the Bucks got absolutely just destroyed. And it was ugly. Oh my Lord. Like, I was watching the game, and honestly, if you were watching the game as well, any viewers, you would have never known Giannis was on the floor, because I saw his teammates basically ice Giannis out of the game. I don't know if I doubt that was intentional by any means at all, but what I saw and what I felt was Giannis totally got iced that game, and he didn't take any more than 11 shots.
Man, that's like that one Kobe game, where he showed how little help he had, and didn't shoot the ball at all.
Yeah.
But kind of the opposite.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
They took the ball out of Giannis's hands.
Crazy.
I don't know. What are your reactions to that? Like when you first saw that?
Well, I noticed LeGuent's Dort was on him, so yes, it's an all-world defender.
Yes.
He is phenomenal. And one of the comments in our TikTok that I went over, because I made a TikTok about this because it's kind of a big deal in my opinion. I think this is the turning point, and that's where a lot of reporters in the NBA are saying that was a turning point for Giannis in Milwaukee. My initial reaction when I was watching the game was, yes, he has LeGuent's Dort on him in the paint. LeGuent's Dort is a phenomenal defender, but anybody against Giannis in the paint, I'm sorry, I'm taking Giannis. And the fact that he wasn't even given the opportunity as much to really get to work on Lou Dort in the paint, I was seeing his teammates just chuck three after three after three after three, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, do they not know it's Giannis' team, and it has been for however many years he's been in the NBA?
Yeah. I mean, the success of that team rides on the back of Giannis Antetokounmpo.
100%.
Squarely, and that's not up for debate.
No.
That's he's responsible for what that team does at any given point in time. Just strange. I don't really know what goes into that. Like before the game, even those are the times where I just wish I could be a fly on the wall and kind of understand what the heck is going on right now.
Right, and it's so weird because, reporters, they go into the locker room to do a little mini presser after the games, right?
Mm-hmm.
If the NBA player, any given player wants to, allow it to happen in the locker room, and if they want to speak to you, they can. But they can also decline media at the end of the game. Giannis took on the media, and there were some shocking things said. Um, you know, he was asked about his departure and his time maybe in Milwaukee, and he basically, to sum it up for everybody, he's unsure. That's what he made it sound like. Now, I'm not Giannis. I'm not his best friend. I'm not his mom. I'm not his dad. I'm not his brother. I have no idea what Giannis is thinking exactly. But the way that he was talking and his demeanor and his body language showed me he's over Milwaukee, and he's ready to move on.
That loyalty, that strong loyalty that a guy like Giannis has. I mean,
Right.
like think about. I mean, I even see him on like what is it, like speed streams where he's talking about like don't change,
Yeah.
right? Once you get all this money, you can't change.
Right.
He's got loyalty embedded in him. It didn't look like the same demeanor, from when he like won that championship in 21
Oh.
or yeah, 21.
2021.
And then to now. I mean, think about like if you were just you watch him win the championship in 21 and then you get played that clip from after the game in 2026 and you go, what the heck happened between now and then? We just
Yeah.
won the championship. This is not the same person. This is not the same player, he's not speaking the same.
Right.
What's going on?
And it's crazy because after he won his first championship, I was fully convinced that Giannis was going to win at least another one within the next
Yeah.
4 years with Milwaukee. I mean, the front office was doing their job, building a competitive, great roster around Giannis with
Mhm.
Chris Middleton, Jrue Holiday, Bobby Portis, Brook Lopez, Gary Trent Jr. coming off the bench. Like, they had great players. But that hasn't really been the case. I mean, yes, the front office brought in Damian Lillard,
Yeah.
but that took away from the rest of the team because Damian Lillard's salary it's massive, especially with the new CBA rules. It's not how teams are constructed anymore, and they kind
Yeah.
of did a revamp this summer, and they surrounded Giannis with in my opinion, pretty mid role players.
I think they did the best they could. I mean, you can't foresee an Achilles injury,
Right.
but unfortunately, one misstep, one big misstep in a guy like Dame, where he's obviously not playing for them anymore.
Right. Back in
Um,
Portland, grass isn't always greener, I guess.
One big misstep, and that could mean your franchise. That could mean your franchise player
Mhm.
is gone. So, as much as you do want to blame the front office when it comes to stuff like this, obviously they didn't do a great job.
Right.
But
Yeah.
they're just working within the confines of what they got, and unfortunately, this is the best they could do.
Yeah, it's kind of unreal that this is the best that they can do. But we have reached a point where it's being reported tensions are at an all-time high in the Milwaukee locker room, which, brings me to I think Giannis needs to leave Milwaukee. And I know this is the topic of every NBA show in the entire world right now. I understand. I understand it's getting old at this point, probably. But when's the last time, and no, Luka Doncic doesn't count, when's the last time you've seen a player this unhappy with a team that he's been with his entire career? Because Luka Doncic didn't seem he wasn't unhappy in Dallas. He actually loved it, never wanted to leave. He was blindsided and traded out of nowhere. So this is a kind of new situation. Tensions are boiling, and you can tell in every presser that Giannis has been in the past few weeks. It's getting weird, But with this is bringing a literal halt on trades within the NBA because every team is sitting here on the edge of their seats going, you're telling me we have a chance at Giannis? Can we make a trade for Giannis? I guarantee you every 29 all the other teams are like, if we can offer something, we're going to offer something for Giannis Antetokounmpo. You would be, in my opinion, wrong not to at least make an offer out there.
Phone's got to be ringing off the hook in Milwaukee. I mean, I'm sure they probably got an intern on that every day, just like, can you just like change the ringtone? Something new, something different. I'm tired of hearing that old, like, I don't know. Got to change the ringtone every once in a while or something, because who in their right mind wouldn't call about Giannis Antetokounmpo?
No, seriously. I don't even care where you're at in your franchise. If you have assets and you can go after a guy like Giannis Antetokounmpo, nothing should be stopping you from doing that, like, at all. Giannis Antetokounmpo is a perennial superstar, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity type of player where you get him on your team and your franchise is flipped around completely. I mean, this Milwaukee Bucks team is not great, but he's keeping them steady afloat.
All you got to do is be slightly better than the rest of the Bucks roster right now, and he could come and make it work.
which I think majority of the NBA is. And like, to be honest,
Yeah.
yes,
I mean,
a
come
guy
on.
like Ryan Rollins is playing great basketball, but before this year, uh, he wasn't what he is. He played behind Steph Curry. He was a bench guy. He didn't get any minutes.
And that I think that's a product of usage rate. And
Right.
overall in the NBA, you do have a lot of talent. There are Ryan Rollins all over the place.
Exactly.
And that's nothing against Ryan Rollins, but opportunity does give you a chance to shine and succeed.
Right. And so it's like with the trade market being stopped at the moment, it's really at a standstill for when is Giannis gonna
Yeah.
ask out. And in the past few years, we've seen a lot of the trades happen within that last week of the trade deadline. So I'm really excited for what is to come next week. But yeah, I mean, there are other teams that have come out and said, like, oh, there's reports coming out about John Morant, or maybe Karl Anthony Towns potentially, or Jaren Jackson Jr. Or it's insane that one singular player, is holding the entire league. When the Kings are reported to have a fire sale, they're probably waiting. So it's really hard for other teams to go out there and make trades when literally everybody else is just waiting for one team and one player. It's kind of hard to make those phone calls for the minimal trades that are really needed for an NBA championship run, for those solid role players that, can be the missing piece to your championship level team. It's not happening right now.
Yeah. And, not from the teams that, the Kings want to hear from,
Right,
right?
right.
If you're, if you think you're totally 100% out of this Giannis deal, then you call the Kings. But what team is calling themselves out? Maybe a couple,
right.
And I'm sure, if you're the Kings, you want to be able to talk to everybody. And that's just not happening, like you said. So,
Yeah.
fire sale, though. That's, what a disastrous situation. the Kings
Yeah.
are.
I mean, is there a certain place you would want to see Giannis go, James? Where's like your perfect destination for Giannis?
You probably agree with me here, and I don't want to steal your thunder, but the Golden State Warriors. I mean, with Steph and Curry, it'd be perfect. But I mean, Jimmy down with the ACL. What can the Warriors realistically give for Giannis? I mean, lots of picks.
Right. And here's the thing, right? Kuminga is demanded a trade. Another guy who's being halted in this whole
Kind of
trade
fits.
news. He's making he's solid $24 million in cap. Maybe they could use that. But they need the Golden State Warriors need to do something, because Jimmy Butler has gone down with an ACL tear. He is out for the entire season. And he was having a great season on he said it himself, a mediocre Golden State Warriors team.
I mean, he was having your average Jimmy season. Like, no, there was no like significant numbers drop or anything like that. It's like what you get from Jimmy Butler,
Right.
and it's that's solid at this point in his career. He's not completely regressing into
Right.
some different player. He was still playing at that level.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, less shot attempts per game, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
That's okay. But when you're playing with a guy like Steph Curry, shoot, I would take less shots too.
Gonna happen, yeah.
So it's unfortunate, because when Jimmy Butler got hurt, oh man, the look on Steph Curry's face. The look on Steph Curry's face was just defeated, man.
We're cooked.
Completely defeated. It was actually so sad to see. It's heartbreaking watching the video.
Yeah.
Just seeing Jimmy Butler go down, Steph in the back walking behind him, trying to be there for his teammate, his boy, his Robin. Oh, that hurts.
But
It's gotta
also,
hurt so
I mean,
much.
also knowing that he's got to be the leader of this team, and they're playing a game right now, and it's like you feel bad for your guy, you want to be there for him, but you also have to be responsible for leading the team and kind of exuding confidence. Like, okay, let's win this game. But you're like sad, terribly sad for your teammate. Who's, I mean, the NBA seems like a brotherhood to me. These guys all know each other to some degree off the court, especially as teammates. I imagine they're probably getting closer as friends too. But like heartbreaking, like you said, just to see Curry's reaction to that too. I mean, he's probably felt it here and there. Like, when is this injury coming for me? I mean, Curry. He's had his fair share of ankle problems and stuff
Right.
like that. But maybe also that kind of realization, like, I'm old too. Is this gonna happen to me at some point?
Hope not.
I would hope not. I mean, geez, I would be.
It's kind of like
Be so incredibly sad
kind of
to
like
watch.
when you're in middle school and your best friend is sick at home from school and you got to bring him all his homework. You're like, dude, I got to sit through this class without my boy here. Like,
Yeah.
and I got to get the work for him. Oh my gosh. Like,
Yeah.
that's what it kind of felt like what's happening with Jimmy and Steph right now. So yeah, I agree with you completely. Golden State, you need to make the call. You need to make Steph Curry happy because I think he's starting to realize I'm 37 years old. My career is going to only go on for so much longer after this.
Mm-hmm.
And the team that he's on right now, it is not going to win a championship. He needed Jimmy Butler. And honestly, with Jimmy Butler, they were a mediocre team. Putting a guy like Steph Curry, who is the greatest shooter of all time,
Undisputed.
easily. If you can't debate that with me.
No.
Steph Curry is the greatest shooter to
I don't
ever
think
touch a
anyone will.
basketball. I don't think it's debatable at this point, but nonetheless, you put a guy like him with arguably one of the most dominant forces of nature in Giannis Antetokounmpo on the same exact basketball team. That pick and roll would be unreal. What do? Double Giannis or guard the three from Curry because they're going to score.
I mean, just
There's
think
no way
about
they don't score.
you have the best floor spacer of all time and one of the best floor shrinkers of all time. I mean, that's just a dynamic duo that I think everybody wants and needs to see.
I mean, I feel like the entire NBA is itching for Steph Curry and Giannis to team up. I can't think of a more perfect scenario, a more perfect stories coming together of having bad seasons and they're fed up with their teams to then come together and go make a push for another championship. This would be Steph Curry's fifth, or yeah,
Right?
that'd be Steph Curry's fifth championship. That'd be Giannis' second, Golden State. They bring a championship to the Chase Center. Oh man, get Draymond another one in there. I'm sure he'd be happy. But honestly, like, would they have to trade Draymond to get Giannis, though, as that salary cap filler if you package Draymond, Kuminga? I mean, in my opinion, if I'm Golden State, I would send out Jimmy. No offense, but you're not playing. I wouldn't want you on the roster, and in my opinion. You have the salary to match for Giannis. I'd package you with Kuminga and maybe a pick or two. And if they want some young guys, Podemski's out there, too.
It's business. And they don't talk to Podemski either. You see how they laugh when he walks on.
Oh, my God. With Steph, Dre, and Clay. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't know if the listeners on the radio and if you're watching this on YouTube, there's a clip out there with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. They're catching up when the Warriors played the Mavericks, and Brandon Podemski comes up to join the conversation, and they basically shrug him off
They're
and
like,
laugh at him.
run along now. Go on,
It's so funny,
child.
because then you see them laughing immediately after he leaves again.
Yeah.
So it's like, Brandon Podemski, they don't like you, bro.
No one F with you.
it's like Lil Bro who's like just annoying. It's like your annoying little sibling who wants to be part of the fun in the group, but they're too young. They won't get it.
Because of that instance, trade him. Run along.
Run along. The Brandon Podemski thinking that he was going to take over the franchise after Steph Curry is done is just absolutely insane because you're not even close to an all-star, man. But we do have some guys that we have picked
There
for
are
the
some guys.
all-star reserves. If you are listening at home, the all-star starters were picked last week, and they're okay. They're all right. I don't know if I necessarily agree with them.
They would be
completely.
on the. I think they're solidified all stars. They would if they weren't starters, they would have been reserves.
For
and
sure.
I
I
mean,
agree.
at least it's not a guy where you're like, oh, he's not even an all star.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So, if you guys don't know, the Western Conference starters would be Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Nikola Jokic, Victor Wembanyama, and Stephen Curry from the Western Conference. In the Eastern Conference, the starters are Giannis Antetokounmpo, Cade Cunningham, Tyrese Maxey, Jaylen Brown, and Jalen Brunson. And now James and I have not seen each other's reserves lists, and I did this for a reason because you get the best reactions from each one of us.
Mm-hmm.
So, James, why don't you give me your Eastern Conference reserves first? Let's start with the East.
All right. So my 7 reserves in the Eastern Conference. I mean, first on that list has got to be Donovan Mitchell. I mean, need I say more? I mean, he's putting up great numbers.
He had like 48 the other day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Was it yesterday?
Last night.
Was it last night?
Yeah.
It could have been as recent as last night.
I think it was last night.
I don't know. My next one, I kind of just shrug my shoulders and say Cat. Honestly, as a Knicks fan, Knicks follower, we'll say. I don't even. He's been making me so upset recently. I threw him in there. He's
I don't know.
kind of
man.
against my better judgment.
Yeah, it's okay.
And then I think Jalen Duren definitely deserves a spot. I mean, when you're the top team of either conference, I think you deserve two guys in the All-Star game. And then had to put Jalen Johnson in there as well. Lots of Jalen's in this All-Star game.
Yeah, there's a ton of Jalen's.
Jalen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Jalen Duren, Jalen Johnson. Hopefully you don't totally disagree with me
Oh
here.
no, this is gonna be interesting.
But no, I think
Okay.
Michael Porter Jr.
no,
deserves
yeah,
a
yeah,
nod.
yeah. I agree with you. I agree
As
with you.
bad as the Nets
Yeah.
are, 66 points in a game.
There you 26.
He's averaging 26. I mean, come on, look at this guy. And then also Evan Mobley, I think deserves a spot. I mean, those are my two Cavs. I'd like to, get Evan Mobley in there because he's a defensive powerhouse.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
come on. And then last but not least, this is where I genuinely struggle because there was some guys like, I think Paulo Banchero's always worth a look. Franz Wagner, you're like, they didn't really play that much. Paulo's kind of having an off year. I decided Norman Powell was going to get my very last spot from the Heat. I threw him in there. I didn't put Joel Embiid in there. I left off Joel, Giddey, Pascal Siakam, Banchero, and Wagner.
I think you forgot about someone, James. You
Big
forgot
name.
about your boy Bam Adebayo.
I didn't forget about him. I think that's
Okay.
where I took Evan Mobley over Bam Adebayo. That was the kind of
wow.
conversation I have in my head. I think
Oh man.
I would rather give it to Norman Powell than Bam
Okay.
Adebayo. And I know
Okay.
that's kind of tough. I know. I know.
Wow. Okay, we have very different reserves.
Okay.
I will say that right now. But to start it off, I do also have Donovan Mitchell. Come on. There's no explaining that. I also have Jalen Johnson because he's becoming the new leader and he's having a
Yes.
phenomenal season in Atlanta. I also have Michael Porter Jr.
All right.
The difficulty on the shots that he takes and that he makes, you can't say it's unimpressive.
Do yourself a favor and just look up a compilation of Michael Porter Jr. making tough shots because I mean I was just chilling with the boys at the townhouse, We're all watching Michael Porter Jr. highlights and there's not a single one where you're just not incredibly satisfied after watching it. See the ball go in the hoop and you're like, oh my God. It's satisfying. Sorry. Do yourself that favor.
All right. Here's where it differs from yours.
All right.
Give me Bam Adebayo
All right.
as my next reserve.
That was between them.
And then I am going to do it. I'm going with Joel Embiid because he is having
right.
a phenomenal 2026. He is actually having a lot better of a season than a lot of people think. He's averaging
Seriously.
about 25 a game,
Especially
6 and 7.
recently.
So he's playing very good recently. He had a big 40-point game where he erupted. So congrats, Joel Embiid. I was really worried when he started the season, but you're coming around again. Then I have Franz Wagner of the Orlando Magic.
All right. You did
He's
throw him in.
playing very well. His shooting splits are higher than last season. So I gave him the nod. And then I also, to throw in, they're the 1 seed, my second Detroit Piston, Jalen Duren. He is their defensive anchor. He is the reason that they are so good, him, Asar Thompson, and Cade Cunningham. Phenomenal NBA players. Who I left out, and I will explain. Brandon Ingram, Evan Mobley, Norman Powell, Pascal Siakam, Alex Sarr, I considered, LaMelo Ball, Tyler Hero, Darius Garland. All right. Evan Mobley didn't make it because his shooting splits are atrocious compared to last season.
Yeah.
They're completely misleading when it comes to him as an NBA player. He's having an off season, in my opinion. Pascal Siakam I didn't put on because of their record. And yes, I know I have Michael Porter Jr. on here. I just picked him over Siakam.
I mean, like, the Pacers have just been awful.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and the Nets are above them in the standings. Norman Powell I didn't throw on there because I feel like there's only one Miami Heat that should be on there, and it's Bam Adebayo.
I kind of disagree with you there.
Okay.
Maybe that's just it was really between Mobley and Bam.
Right.
I want to think big men
Right
here.
I'm pretty sure my reasoning behind Bam Adebayo was his points are very similar to last year. His rebounds I think are up 1. And his shooting splits are better from last season as well.
Yeah.
Alex Sarr is really close. He is one of the best defenders in the NBA this season. I would love to see a front court pairing with him at the deadline. If they could go after Zion Williamson, I think they could be really cool. LaMelo Ball, I don't like his style of play, but he puts up good numbers. I don't think he should be an all-star this season. Tyler Hero, again, one of those guys where he's a good NBA player. I can't put him over Norman Powell. I can't put him over Bam Adebayo. And Darius Garland hasn't really been himself this season. Now we go to the West.
I mean, this is where it just gets hard.
This is where it really got almost impossible for me to I spent a lot of time going over my Western Conference reserves because the names that I'm looking at right now that I left off would be a starter or at least a reserve in the Eastern Conference. The Western versus the Eastern Conference this year is actually crazy. The difference in talent and skill level and all-stars.
I mean, like I didn't spend hours doing this. You know, I think I spent like 35 minutes. What it came down to for me is I could go between my reserves and my people that I left off and give reasons to put someone back in, or take someone back out, or put someone back in, or take someone back out, and ultimately, you just gotta make a decision. I mean, we gotta record a show, right?
Yeah.
So, I want to express how difficult this was. If someone's
really
left off, don't be mad at me.
I feel like this is the hardest year of all-stars in a minute.
It's only gonna get harder. People getting better at basketball, man.
That's a problem. So James, why don't you give your Western Conference reserves and then I'll follow you. Yeah.
I think there's 3 guys in the reserves that I just threw in because I knew they were having great seasons. And that's Anthony Edwards right off the bat. Jamal Murray because the Nuggets are the 3 seed and Jokic hasn't played in 14 games.
Exactly. Keeping them afloat.
And Kawhi Leonard is actually saving the entire NBA, so why not give him some credit where credit is due? The numbers are great. You know, he's missed some games, obviously, but he's in charge of maintaining order in the NBA, and he's doing that. So, and then I also have, I did put 2 Houston Rockets. I have KD and Alperen Şengün. It's hard to put big men in the West here. So
Yeah.
I think Şengün is the guy that I'm going to put in there. And then my last 2, I don't know if Denny Avdija is going to have another great season like this, so I think he deserves the credit that he has kind of earned right now. He should be able to look back and be like, I made that All-Star game, you know?
A little Jeff Teague all-star.
Yeah. And then
better stats than Jeff Teague. I should
no,
preface that.
way better, but and then I did give your guy D-Book some credit, even though hurt, he's going to be out some time. You guys have way outperformed expectations. I think he deserves to be a big reason for that, along with Dylan Brooks, obviously.
Very similar to mine. We do have a little discrepancy.
Okay.
I have to do it. I'm gonna put the second Thunder in the All-Star game to start my reserves out. And Chet Holmgren, he is their defensive menace. He is the problem down there in the paint. I think he deserves the All-Star nod. They're the 1 seed. They're a very good basketball team.
Would preface, I did go against my own rule. I did not put a second Thunder player. I just hate me. Sorry.
Yeah. And then again, we have the guys like Anthony Edwards and Kawhi Leonard who are having phenomenal seasons. Kawhi Leonard averaging a career high in points, 28 points per game. That's crazy.
Dang, Kawhi.
I also have Kevin Durant. I also have Alperen Şengün. I know it's 2
Okay,
Rockets and they're
nice.
not at the top of the conference. But man, Alperen Şengün is literally baby Jokic. Like, you can't convince me. When he was out, the Rockets were not that good. They lost the majority of the games that he was out. So I gave him the nod. I gave Jamal Murray the All-Star nod because, again, the Denver Nuggets are the 3 seed still in the Western Conference, and Jokic has been out for about 2 weeks now.
In a darn good West.
Yeah, the West is phenomenal. And, of course, Devin Booker. Now, this is not a biased pick. Granted, I always throw him in the All-Star game. But this is not a biased pick. Devin Booker is leading this Phoenix Suns team, who had the expectations of winning 29 games this season or less. And I'm sorry, that's just absurd to me. I thought it was absurd in the offseason. I'm sure James can tell you. And actually, for listening at home, go back to older episodes from over the summer of Above the Rim. I think it's episode 20-ish.
Around
23. 23. I talk about how I think the predictions of the Suns team is ridiculous. Right after the Kevin Durant trade, I thought Phoenix was going to have a great season. Not phenomenal. Not as, but, they're doing exactly what I anticipated for the Suns this year.
I've been your best friend your whole life, basically.
True.
And
First grade.
I mean, yeah. And I will say, you were waiting like with anticipation for this Suns season more than others, like where you've had way better teams.
Yeah.
Like you were so eager for your team to prove everyone wrong. You were awaiting it, I think.
Yeah. And Devin Booker being the leader on that team, he is a superstar in the NBA. Don't get it twisted. Now, who I left out, we're going to start with one man first.
Yeah.
LeBron James.
I'm sorry, King.
Yes, you just might be the greatest basketball player of all time. But here's the problem. I think you're going to get in the All-Star game anyways.
You probably will. It doesn't matter what I say.
I think, regardless of who these reserves are, the NBA is throwing LeBron James in the All-Star game. And to add on to that, now yes, LeBron is not having a LeBron James season. But if any other player had the numbers that he has, they would be highly considered.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Also, he's 41. It's phenomenal. He's having a great 2026. He is second in fourth quarter points in 2026. He is at 41 years old. And by the way, number one is Kevin Durant for fourth quarter points in 2026.
there you go.
For being 41 years old, he's averaging, 22, 6, and 7 about. Good
Yeah,
shooting
around
splits. LeBron James is having a good season. A great season for his age. But you know what? I can't put him in the All-Star game over these guys, but I think the NBA is going to do it for me anyway, so we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, well,
I told James before when we were discussing who to put in, we were talking about LeBron. We were like, we both don't have LeBron. And I go, James, I got it. Don't worry.
take care of it.
I'll take care of it for the both of us. I think the NBA is going to take care of it for all of us. Here's my question, though. In 2003, Michael Jordan was an all-star, but he was a reserve. Vince Carter was an all-star starter, and he elected himself to go up to Michael Jordan and say, you know what, I'm going to sit, you're going to start. Could you see that happening for LeBron this season? Because maybe players think this is his last NBA season.
I mean, it's written in the stars. His teammate is starting, Luka Doncic.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And we did talk about this a little bit. Yeah, this was an idea that you had told me, to be honest. But I mean, come on, Luka's starting. LeBron's on the bench, same team. They definitely have a rapport at this point. Come on.
Yeah.
Maybe he takes a seat. Maybe.
Hey, you never know. JJ Redick could end up being the coach of the All-Star game, too. I have no idea. I don't think they announced the coaches yet. I think they announced for the reserves. I'm interested to see the jerseys because I always love seeing the All-Star jerseys. I try to get one every year if I can, just because if Devin Booker, I try to get his All-Star jerseys. But yeah, I'm excited. I think they're gonna throw LeBron in there. But the guys that I also have out, another Laker, Austin Reeves. He's having a phenomenal year. It's hard to leave him out. I left Denny Avdija out. Here's where I think people are gonna get really mad. We didn't put James Harden in the All-Star game.
No, it's impossible to look at a team that's barely a play-in team right now. They'll go up. They've been playing.
Oh, for sure.
But
They've been playing really good.
I mean, they're bottom of the barrel in the West. Had everybody concerned for a long time. It's hard to pick two guys off that team.
Yeah, it is really hard to pick two guys off this team. I mean, James Harden, he's having like I said, a great NBA season. I think any other year, give him the All-Star nod. I mean, if he wasn't on the Clippers, he'd be an All-Star.
Yeah. As long as he's not on like the Pacers or something.
Yeah, like he would be an All-Star. But I can't put him over everybody else. If I were to substitute, unfortunately, I would. No, I'm not gonna go there. He's off our list for a reason.
Yeah.
I also left out Julius Randle, De'Aaron Fox,
Yep.
Lauri Markkanen, and Keontae George. For you casuals out there, Keontae George, probably don't even know who that is, but he's on the Utah Jazz. Every single season, he has improved from 10 points per game to 16 points per game. It's now around 24 points per game, James.
24
And
over.
also his efficiency going up year after year. So, again, we could see him in the All-Star game in the future. But if there were to be an All-Star for the Utah Jazz, it would be Markkanen, as he's averaging 27 points per game. Unfortunately, I can't put any Utah Jazz players because
I agree.
of the remainder of the Western Conference.
Yeah.
And
I
that's,
mean,
that's our All-Star picks.
it is a little sad that you got to leave off both Keontae and Laurie, but I mean, just look at the list.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's really difficult. So, yeah, I mean, it was really difficult for me to pick these, East and West, honestly. So in the comments down below, let us know if you guys agree or disagree with these All-Star picks. If you're listening at home, go visit Afterthought Sports and comment down below on any post. There will be a post of this up, you'll see.
And if you disagree, like, don't just say, like, I'm trying to
Sure. Yeah.
build some community here.
Let me understand.
Don't
Yeah.
just say it. You suck. I disagree. Put James Harden in. Like, give me a
why.
reason. Like, prove to me that you know some ball a little
Mhm.
bit. You know, don't just like,
Yeah.
howl and like flail your arms. Like, I get it. You're upset. I didn't pick your favorite player or whatever.
Yeah.
Tell me why.
Don't just make it an afterthought. But anyways, want to address one thing.
Yes.
I don't know if anybody at home listening knows what this is or if you're watching this on YouTube. Super Bowl Radio Row is next week, and you boys are going. Me and James will be at Super Bowl Radio Row in San Francisco, California.
Who let this happen?
I don't know. But we're going to take advantage, and we're going to have amazing content going up all week, every day. We are going with our partners as well, Ryan Adio and Ryan Lombardi, Afterthought Sports members, but also our lovely board members as well from the Buzz, who we love, our great friends Lily Goodman and Connor Amendola. We are going to be there producing as much content as possible. Radio Row for listeners at home and YouTube watchers and listeners is basically the media empire of the NFL. Everybody in the media goes to the convention center for a week. Basically, they set up shop and they do their shows with exclusive interviews, exclusive content. Some card places even set up shop and have trading cards there at the convention center.
Yeah.
And it's stars galore. There will be stars from NFL, NBA, hockey, tennis players, golf players, anybody you can think in the realm of sports will probably be making an appearance at the Super Bowl Radio Row, if not some point during that week. So stay tuned for next week on WSBU 88.3 FM, The Buzz, for Super Bowl Radio Row. And make sure you're subscribed to Afterthought Sports and turn those push notifications on so you cannot miss a single piece of content from the boys.
Tell us who you want us to talk to.
Leave a
Or we
comment
can
down
try.
below. We can try as our best that we possibly can to get any interview, anybody that we see. But you have to go on Afterthought Sports and listen on the radio for all of our content.
Yeah.
So that brings me to our last little bit. I have a game for you, James.
Oh, I just love these games.
This is going to be process of elimination. You will say a player. I'll tell you if you're wrong or right. James, who of these people have not scored 40 points in one NBA game before? G.G. Jackson, Buddy Hield, Grayson Allen, and Malik Beasley
So, 3 of these players
have scored 40
have
before.
scored 40 before.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. I kind of want to write off Grayson Allen because I feel like there's a solid chance he's had a game with like 8 or 9 threes. You can get to 40. Who has not scored 40? I mean, respectfully, I think all these guys are certainly capable. But my first guess, who hasn't scored 40? Is it Malik Beasley?
How'd you get that first try?
Oh, yeah, baby.
Bro.
Come on.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm just thinking of opportunity here. I feel like G.G. Jackson would have had the opportunity to get 40 at some point. Buddy Hield, I mean, come on. He was very highly touted coming out of school. People know his talent. He can shoot. And Grayson Allen, unfortunately, you brag too much when he has a good game, so I know he had 40 at some point in his career. So, man, I love getting something right. I
Oh
never
my
do that.
gosh.
I mean,
All right. For
when's the last
everybody.
time I've actually performed well in one of these games?
Oh my
Come on.
gosh. I'm really annoyed right now. So for everybody listening at home and on the YouTube video, before this, I came into the station. I was like, James, I think I'm really gonna piss you off with the game that I have set for today because I was not anticipating you. You say it's a mustache. James has a mustache. Listening at home for everybody who can't see us, obviously.
Looking real goofy.
Calling him what?
Pepe.
Pepe.
Yeah.
It's shoot. I literally said I was gonna make you mad. I didn't think you were gonna get it. So I'll tell you when this happened.
Yeah.
GG Jackson dropped 44 points in 2024.
Okay, because I feel like maybe I just had like a little memory of that somewhere. Wasn't
Buddy
that long
Hield scored 42 points in 2020 against the Timberwolves. Grayson Allen scored 42 points against Memphis this season for the Phoenix Suns. Malik Beasley, his career high is 36 in 2025, and I'm pretty sure that was the last game of the season.
All right. Hey,
Bro, I'm so mad you just got that.
I'm so happy. Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
Made my day.
What in the world, bro?
We've had a busy day. Still got more to do, but, I'm smiling right now. I feel good.
I'm not
Thank
smiling.
God.
If you can see on the video, I'm not smiling. For everybody listening at home, I am not smiling. I'm not happy about this.
Did anyone at home get that before me?
I got to come up with better games for Radio Row for you.
Hey, we've been gearing up for it. I mean, we've missed a show here and there.
Yeah.
We're trying to save some stuff, right?
Yeah, that is the hard thing as well. We're not going to come out here and unleash everything that we have planned for. We have a whole week we're in San Francisco where it's content.
And, luckily it is during the trade deadline, but we're going to do, 2 minimum shows while we're there.
we are.
Probably get 3, one of them a quick one if Giannis gets traded. We got to hop on the air right away.
Man, it could be a crazy week in San Francisco, especially approaching the trade deadline. I'm excited. I'm really excited for the Super Bowl as we am closer and closer. I mean, I feel like this week is going to drag. It's going to be like the longest week of all time, but we leave Saturday. It's going to be a phenomenal time. We have our Professor Scott Sackett coming with us. Thank you, Scott. Also shout out Amy Moritz.
Yes.
She was a part of the whole selection process. So big ups to Amy Moritz and Scott Sackett, our professors here at St. Bonaventure University, who make this all happen for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, look out for content every single day on the radio and YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Go follow Afterthought Sports. And this was episode 28.
28.
Holy cow, we're approaching 30. We'll hit 30 at the Super Bowl. So this was episode 28 of Above the Rim. I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been WSBU 88.3 FM, The Buzz. And if you are new to the YouTube channel, make sure you like and subscribe the video. Turn those notifications on so you can never miss a piece of content from Afterthought Sports. We'll be back next week. James and Austin signing out. We'll see you guys next episode. Peace.